Here's a Husqvarna that I bought, and it had been very well taken care of. Left outside a little bit because it looks like the seat cracked and there's some paint messed up on the footboard there. But the guy actually kept it greased up pretty well, so it's in fair shape. I got it cheap enough where I can wash it up and resell it for quite a bit more than I paid for it. But it's a really good tractor. And then I just picked this one up today. It's a John Deere 190C. It's got a 54-inch deck and only had 80 hours on it, I think. Very well taken care of. The guy said he had it for the last 6 years sitting in a barn and never used it because he's been hiring a mower to come take care of his property. But this is one of the Home Depot John Deere's. Not the best quality, but if they're taken care of right, they're not terrible tractors. I'd rather have a true John Deere though. For the money, they're much better quality. And then here's a Cub I picked up this winter, and the guy was pretty rough on it. I actually had to do some engine work to it. The muffler was loose on it, and it vibrated against the area it mounted on the head and messed up the head, so I had to replace the head on it. And there's some damage to the deck I had to fix as well. These are not really Cub Cadet anymore. They're made by MTD, which now MTD builds Craftsman's for, mowers for Sears, sold under the Craftsman brand. They're pretty terrible tractors. I wouldn't recommend anybody buying one new. They're way overpriced just because they're named a Cub when you can get a Yardman or Yard Machines for much cheaper, and they're basically the same thing. But I'd stay away from these Kohler Courage engines. These things are notorious for breaking down at low hours, and I've had several of them that have already blown up with less than 100 hours on them and just ended up parting out the tractors. But all three of the ones I just shown you are low-end homeowner model stuff. This one here is actually a commercial Scots built by John Deere. It's equivalent to what would now be sold as an X320. They're very good tractors, a lot heavier duty than anything Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart or anybody like that would sell. This one has the Kohler Command, and it has the oil filter cooler, or the oil cooler on it. These engines are excellent. I've had great luck with them. This one's got 400 hours on it. It still runs perfect, which you put 400 hours on one of these Cub Cadets, you might as well probably roll it out to the curb and let it go with the garbage, because they ain't gonna last that long. But this one's an excellent tractor. It was missing one of the fender covers right here. The handle got yanked off and I couldn't find it, but still a very good tractor. We've got greasable deck, mandrels on it, and the deck is a lot heavier duty than any of the stuff you'd find at Home Depot or Lowe's. I've had several of these tractors, and the Sabre is also, or some of the Sabre models are the same exact tractor, just a different paint job. And same as John Deere, they sell the same John Deere tractor with a different paint job and a different hood on it, and it's the same exact tractor. You can find them a lot cheaper in the Scots and the Sabre brand. Just people don't really know that they're commercial, but I'm always looking for those. That's actually one I'd like to keep for myself, but I'm sure somebody else will want to pay for it, so I'll let it go. This is a little Craftsman LT1000 I got for 300 bucks, and it's been very well taken care of. I pulled the deck off and greased it up. It has greasable deck mandrels on it as well. Kind of unusual for such a small tractor, but I went ahead and greased all the bearings on it and took the deck off and did a little work to it, sharpened the blades, and I added a little piece of round bar right here on this corner where they had caught something and bent it. I straightened it back out and reinforced it so that won't happen again, and touched it up with a little paint so it'd look good. But these, for the money, these are great tractors. They're made by AYP, American Yard Product. You have to be careful with the Craftsmans, because now Craftsmans also are built by MTD, which is the same as that Cub Cadet I just showed, and I'd stay away from MTD stuff. They're got a lot of flaws and break down quite a bit. But these little Briggs engines are good. Way better than the Kohler Courage is. There's my log splitter. This is my grandpa's log splitter. I've got a video of that running. The motor's still going, so I'm leaving it alone. Got another one ready to put on. This is a garden tractor, Craftsman. It's not the actual Monster Tractor series. I think it was a GT 5000, but I just found another hood and put on it. They're basically the same tractor anyway. But I picked this one up for 50 bucks and it wasn't running. And it has the Kohler command as well as that John Deere out there I just showed you, or the Scots by John Deere. And this is the commercial series engine. This one doesn't have the oil cooler there on the side where the other one did, but still a very good engine. That's the only difference there is the oil cooler as far as I know. But I ended up getting this one freed up and I've been mowing with it for over a year now with no trouble. The guy ran it out of oil and seized it up, and I took the top cover off the engine and kept spinning the crank over with a 4-foot pry bar and tooth by tooth on the flywheel until it freed up and would start with a key. And ever since then it's never knocked or smoked or anything. So I've got several properties that I mow in this city here where I live, so I've been using it to mow those, and it's been a great tractor. I ended up selling the original hood off of it for 75, so right now I'm 25 in the green on this tractor and found another hood for it. But that hood's for sale too if anybody needs it. I just want to keep the tractor and use it. Here's a customer's mower. I've done some work on this for him for the past 4 or 5 years now. It's a Toro, but actually also an MTD tractor. Basically the same machine as that Cub Cadet out there I just showed you. There's an MTD mandrel sitting in the seat. I was looking for that. But it's got the 46-inch deck. Unfortunately, this one has the Kohler Courage engine on it. It's been holding up pretty good. This is just his backup mower, but I doubt this tractor will see 200 hours before that engine gives up. Here's a tractor that I like a lot. It's an older Murray. They don't make these anymore, but they're excellent quality if you can find them in good shape. The guy that had this kept it in the garage, and I ended up having to put a engine on it, but the body and everything is still in great shape. The belts on it look like brand new. I went ahead and pulled the idler and tensioner pulleys out from under it for the drive belt and greased those and pulled the deck off and put a new mandrel on it. But I think I only gave 100 for this tractor, and I had a opposed Briggs cylinder engine sitting in the shop here that, if I remember right, somebody gave me. So I just swapped the engine over and got it running again. But this is one I wouldn't mind keeping for myself either. These are good tractors for what they are. This was a tractor I got for free on Craigslist, and I mowed with it for quite a while until I sold the deck out from under it. It had some rear end problems that I didn't want to sell it because I knew the rear end wasn't going to hold up for long, but that little engine just runs like a top. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.